What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin SV and why I see Bitcoin SV doing better than Bitcoin this market cycle. Before we get started though, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as commenting down below if you have suggestions for projects you want me to cover in these videos. Also, I highly appreciate it when you share these videos with your friends on social media platforms or just word of mouth. And of course, I have a completely free Discord, which you can click the links in the description below to go ahead and join. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So why am I so personally excited about BSV? That is exactly what we are going to be addressing today. As you guys can see on my Twitter account, I have been posting a lot about BSV lately, and there's a lot of good reason for that. You guys, if you aren't aware of Bitcoin SV and the differences between Bitcoin and Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin SV stands for Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. It is created by Craig Wright, and if you do not know the controversy around Craig Wright, please go look into it. Craig Wright is the man that created the original Bitcoin. A lot of people will not agree with you on that because they have not done their own research, but if you go look into it yourself, you will see that Craig Wright created the original code, the original Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin SV is his original vision. That's why it's called Satoshi's Vision. And if you're not aware, the price has been outperforming Bitcoin for quite some time now. If we go to coinmarketcap.com, you can see it's up 42% in the last 7 days. I personally put all of my grandma's Bitcoin into Bitcoin SV right before this happened, and she is up significantly on her investment. Now, I personally own a lot of Bitcoin SV myself, and there's a good reason for that from a technical analysis perspective, which we're about to get into right now. So if we just take a minute here to look at XRP versus BSV, XRP being on the bottom and BSV being on the top, you guys can see that these charts look extremely similar. Now, this is what's called an accumulation pattern. This is where the market is being accumulated by big players, and it clearly paints very specific setups when it does this. This is the XRP pump that happened in 2017 right here. And this is where BSV is at currently in local price. As you can see, BSV is starting to see the type of reversal that led into a massive move on the upside here with XRP, which by the way was a 34 times gain. Now BSV is set up to do the exact same type of vertical move that we see in XRP. This is partially why I have so much BSV, and I've been accumulating it for a long time now. And the reason that we do that is because we're following the voice of the whales. The whales are always leaving behind a trace for us to follow, a trail for us to follow, and if you guys can find that trail, you can make a lot of money in these markets. But it's not just Bitcoin SV versus Bitcoin, or even comparing it to XRP, that looks very, very bullish. I've mentioned in previous videos, and I want to show you in today's video as well, that Bitcoin SV looks exactly like Apple computers back in the day. When I say back in the day, I'm talking about 2003, before Apple computers saw 18,000% gains on the upside. So as you can see, I have Apple computers here on the top and Cisco on the bottom. And I want to show you guys this because it's important that you have the right money in the right projects. A lot of people were trading during the internet bubble and made a lot of money during that bubble, but then they held on to bad stocks throughout the rest of the recovery phase. And as you can see, Cisco, over the past 20 years, has barely seen a recovery from the internet bubble crash. But Apple computers went through that same internet bubble and saw not only a recovery, But as I said before, 18,000% gains on the upside. So when a crash happens, it's not just about holding on to your investments. That is important. You don't want to panic sell, but it's also about having your money in the right place at the right time. And that is exactly how I look at the relationship between Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin recover? You saw Cisco did recover from most of its correction. Yes, I do think Bitcoin will recover. And yes, I do think that we will see prices go back above its all-time high. However, having your money in the right place at the right time means you can make a lot more money in that same period of time, not only recover from your losses, but also walk away with a massive gain in this market. The other thing that I want you guys to be looking at here with BSV is that we are breaking out currently of a falling wedge pattern. This means very, very big upside potential for Bitcoin SV in both the short term and the big picture. Either way, you guys, the first target for BSV upon this falling wedge breakout is 193% gains. Massive profit potential in a very, very short period of time, whereas a coin like Bitcoin is going to take a lot longer to see 200% gains than BSV will. BSV is also increasing in value versus Ethereum. This means that it's outperforming Ethereum. So Bitcoin SV is outperforming Bitcoin, it's outperforming Ethereum, and really this coin is set up to outperform most of the market. With the way that this project has been held down in price for so long, it's like taking a beach ball down to the bottom of the ocean and letting go. That beach ball will go to the surface of the water and pop up out of the water very, very quickly, leaving you with a lot of profit in this market. It's not just BSV that is set up to do a lot of gains inside of this market, you guys. As you can see, Solana is on the top, and this is a rounded bottom structure that we're beginning to see the left side of that rounded bottom forming. Costco on the bottom is a great example of one of these rounded bottoms already being formed. So this means that Altseason is actually a lot closer than people think it is. As you guys can see, we can check the altcoin dominance here. As you guys can see, altcoins have been increasing in value versus Bitcoin since 2013. There's always corrections, there's always volatility, there's moments when Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins. But this chart clearly shows that we're on major support with altcoin dominance and ready to come up and test some of these other Fibonacci levels, like for example, potentially even the 618. Now, if we test that 618 level, that's going to be a huge, huge increase in the altcoin markets. We're talking about most altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. Again, that does not mean Bitcoin will not rise. Bitcoin will rise in value. However, altcoins will be doing much, much higher percentage gains. And so having your money in the right places at the right time is very important. Which leads me to the end of this video, you guys. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. If you want to master this stuff and know where to put your coins, join inside of the Mastermind program today, and you will get access to the Mastermind portfolio, which we have perfectly set up to outperform Bitcoin and a lot of the other coins. You also get the tools and resources you need to start applying trading and investing on your own, to find the best setups possible regularly in this market, as well as take away the fear of corrections and make the most money during bull markets. If you want to make your first 100K or your first million investing in these markets, go ahead and apply for the Mastermind program below. And we will tune into our first session together this Saturday, as well as help get your portfolio set up with the best projects today inside of this market, so you can outperform the market and make a lot of money inside of this market like I have been over the past week, even through all the volatility, as well as prepare yourself for the biggest move yet to come inside of these markets. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. Share this video with your friends. Join the free Discord. Links are in the description below. or even the VIP if you're interested in that, just send me an email and we can get working together today. As always, stay profitable out there.